Hey guys, and welcome back to my F1 2010 career. It's Season 2, round either 11 or 12 of Season 2, and it's the Hungarian Grand Prix at the Hungaroring. And after the last two races, which were really disappointing, we're hoping to bounce back and get back into the points. Just before we get into this one, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And let's jump in to the Hungarian Grand Prix. So we have Mark Webber leading the way, but Vettel, he did win his home Grand Prix, and Adrian Sutil actually made it two Germans in the top 5. He just missed out on a podium though. Alonso's still ahead of me and I'm in 4th place. I've not scored points now in the past 2 races. After scoring points in the first 9 races of the season, it's been a pretty poor run of form. My teammate Adrian Sutil though, scoring big in Germany. He's in 11th place in the championship right now. In the Constructors' battle, it is Red Bull ahead by 134 points. They've basically got it wrapped up already. And we're still in the battle maybe now for 4th place with Mercedes. We're deep into the second half of this season now. Let's jump in to the Hungarian Grand Prix qualifying session. Qualifying objective, finish 4th, and the race will be finished 3rd. It's been a long time since we've actually met the objectives. I'd dearly love to get back on the podium. Welcome to qualifying at Budapest, and it's nice and sunny today. We've got the prime tyres on the car. And let's set a lap, see if we've got the pace. And rounding the final corner on my first lap, we did have a little bit of traffic with Barrichello in the way. But across the line, it is fastest right now. Looking at that, I think it's worth going out just one more lap. Maybe on the same tyres. I think I can go a bit quicker. I think it was a better lap that time around, so this should be enough to comfortably get me through. There we go, 9th place. And through we go, 9th place, Sutil in 7th. So right now it seems that my teammate has the edge over me. And it's the usual suspects knocked out. Both Toro Rosso's actually getting knocked out there. Here we are in Q2. Option tyres. No rain on the radar. And rounding that final corner, it's been a nice clean lap. Is it fast enough though? I think it is. 6th place. That's a good lap there. 6th place. That's nice. And Sutil only just getting through. So there's the Saubers and the Renaults knocked out. Heikki Kovalainen and Jarno Trulli, the 2 Lotus drivers, actually getting through to Q2, which is pretty impressive. Let's go on to Q3. As we round the final corner, it was a really nice lap actually. Across the line we go. It's 3rd place. What a lap that is. And qualifying is complete. And it's another brilliant session from early. But we know what happened in Germany. I qualified in 4th in Germany. And that turned out to be the worst race ever. So we're starting off in 3rd here. I just need to avoid spinning, really. Adrian Sutil starting in 8th. But it's Mark Webber on pole ahead of Alonso. Michael Schumacher all the way down in rounding out the top 10. 70 laps of the Hungaroring. It's probably the 2nd longest race of the season behind Monaco. And we're starting in 3rd place. No chance of rain falling on the circuit today. Starting on those options we used in Q3. And we'll go to lap 22 for the primes. And this time we really need to make a success of this race. We've been in bad form as of late. We need to get back on it. We need to get back on top form. The Hungarian Grand Prix is next. Kind of nervous. I am quite nervous. Webber starting on pole position. And there's me in 3rd place and my teammate Sutil 8th place. It could be another good day for Force India. Let's see how this start plays out. We're awaiting the lights and there they are. The revs go up. 3 lights, 4 lights and 5. The Hungarian Grand Prix is underway. And I'll tell you what, that's not a bad start at all. I switched to the right hand side to get in the slipstream of Fernando Alonso. But on the run down to turn 1, I'm going to lose out to his teammate Felipe Massa. Break deep into turn 1. It's a hairpin. It's a right-hander. I'm trying to just maintain that 3rd place off the start. And there's contact already with Felipe Massa. He's lost half his front wing. But he's got that inside line for turn 2. So there's not much I can do against the Brazilian here. Unless I can go the long way round. Which is not successful. So I've already dropped 1 position. That's not bad though. If I can just maintain this position, that's fine. We could get a top 5. But if it's like Germany and I bottle it quite early on, it could be a long afternoon. It's Alonso who's taken the lead from Webber, and now Massa is actually applying pressure on the Red Bull driver. This could be a Ferrari 1-2 soon. Oh, it's an early train. Oh, it is. It is a big, fat early train. And Adrian Sutil up to 5th. The Force Indias are having themselves a great start to this race. And now Sutil, I'm going to have to defend the inside line here against my teammate. Slightly wide. He's pulled side by side with me. And who has the better run down to turn 2? I've got that inside line. This should be a great defence from me there. But I ran deep into the corner. And now Sutil looking for the switchback. But he can't make it through. And now Hamilton's actually overtaken him. I don't want to jinx it, but I have lasted longer without spinning than I did in Germany. It's lap 3 now. I spun at the end of lap 2 in Germany. I'm in 4th place. I'm in 4th place. I've got a train that leads all the way down to last place. And the top 3 are running away from me. But I'm just happy to maintain this place. Well, that is wide. That is really wide. Through goes Hamilton. I think I've got a good run here down towards turn 2. I just need to brake a little bit earlier into that first corner, I think. Oh, there's a yellow. Oh, there is a massive yellow. There's... Oh, everybody's just disappeared. I think something happened behind me. Suttle and Hamilton fight. Well, Hamilton's back on me. Closed 3 seconds in one sector. So Lewis Hamilton's really going for it. I broke earlier that time, but it still feels like I'm running wide. And that just opens the door for Lewis Hamilton down towards turn 2. And this time he's actually pulling ahead before we slam on the brakes. I'm going to have to sort of force him wide there. Make sure he doesn't get round me. Oh. Did I cause that? Was that my fault? Okay, I will play the team game here. If Suttle has a run and he wants to go through, I'll let him go through for the good of the team. But already, almost at lap... Oh, that's a terrible line. And you know what? I didn't even need to move out the way for Suttle. Well, not on purpose, at least. I did it by accident. Suttle pulled away 5.9 seconds on one lap. Imagine that, though, right? Say you found an esports player who can go 6 seconds a lap quicker than me. Which, by the way, is massive. 6 seconds. And then you tell them, nice, you are as fast as Adrian Suttle on intermediate difficulty. Yeah, and now it's the early train again. So, fantastic. Oh, and I've been hit again. Button's hit me, lost half his front wing. We forgot the eggs. We forgot the eggs. We forgot the eggs. We forgot the eggs. So we have a nice train of about 7 cars behind early right now. It's the early train, all aboard. Destination, Budapest, over and over again, actually. We forgot the eggs. Oh, there's Button on the inside of turn 3. That's a risky move there by Jensen. 36 seconds right now to Alonso after 21 laps. And now Button trying around the outside, and I have to give him that space. And the McLaren, with that grunt down the main straight, will just pull away here. As we're on lap 22, we are boxing at the end of this lap. Is there any way I can get back past Jensen Button? He's sort of pinned to the inside of turn 1. I just can't get the grip around that corner. And now Vitaly Petrov, the Renault, on my outside. Button's going to run away from me here. I guess, luckily, I held on to that position all the way till basically the end of my first stint. So that's the only good thing I can take away from that. But we are down to P6. See how much speed I can take into the pits here. And there's more drivers in behind me. That's Michael Schumacher in the Mercedes. And like I said, Jensen Button right in front of me. He's being serviced in the pits right there. And the Force India mechanics ready to receive me for my one stop in this race. Putting the prime tyres on and going to the end of the race. Am I going to lose out here? Oh, come on, guys. Come on, we had to wait for Michael Schumacher. Poor from the Force India mechanics. They could have let me go. So we're going to rejoin down in 13th place. And there's drivers in the pits. Nico Rosberg in the pits, along with 3 other drivers. And they're rejoining now. And I might have lost out to 1 or 2 of them here. Is that Hamilton? Hamilton rejoining onto the racing line. And he's got ahead of me. Sebastian, is that Sebastian Vettel in 9th? What's happened to him? 41 seconds to the race lead, Mark Webber. As we're not too many laps away from halfway in this race now. 40 seconds to Webber. We've actually closed by 1 second in the past 2 laps. Well, great news, guys. We are halfway through this race. And the gap to Mark Webber is now sitting at a pretty 36.3. So the gap continues to come down. Frickin' hell. Seriously? Really? Oh, James! You went so far in this race without spinning. Okay, I only lost 3 seconds to Webber. So let's look at the bigger picture. I know I lost positions. Let's look at the bigger picture. As Kovalainen, the GOAT, is into the pits. So I'm back up to 12th. Kovalainen pits, and now he's only 5 seconds behind me. Oh, wow. Heikki Kovalainen trying around my outside there. That would have been a very brave move. He does back out of the move, though. And the leader's not pulling away from me. He's not been pulling away for ages. 20 laps to go. Starting lap 55 out of 70. And now the gap to Webber is 34 seconds. It is still coming down. It's just not coming down very fast. Oh, gosh. Rosberg, stop going for silly moves. Oh, dear. I think I've just taken out somebody from behind. That's Rosberg gone and Kovalainen. Okay, good news. Oh, that's not good news. Kovalainen going around my outside. Good news, I can see a big train on the minimap, and we are starting to close on the top 10. We're now only 11 seconds behind my teammate Suttil. We've got 6 laps to go. Oh, brilliant. I've got a penalty for Kovalainen driving into me. Are you kidding me? All I did was turn the corner, and he just hit me, and now I've got a drive-through penalty. It would have been so close at the end as well. Like, they're going through the chicane right now. All the point scorers. Another 2 laps, I'd be on the back of these guys. Oh, it's so annoying. Right, okay, we box. Serve our penalty. They're approaching turn 2.
Watch out for traffic as you rejoin the track.
Okay, this needs to be a spectacular 4 laps. Okay, we have 3 laps to go. The gap to my teammate is 15 seconds. Okay, we have 2 laps to go. What is the gap to the points? We gained 3 seconds on my teammate, but we are starting the final lap of this race. They are 7 seconds behind Nicaragua. I can see them turning into the first corner. Mark Webber wins the race. And I can see the train of cars in front of me as we're rounding the final few corners, but it's not going to be enough, is it? Without that penalty, it could have been 4th place. It genuinely could have been 4th place. Rounding the final corner for the final time. What is that, 13th? 13th. The non-point scoring streak continues. So it's Webber who wins. Massa finishes ahead of his teammate Alonso. Adrian Suttil, back-to-back 4th place finishers. Then it's the 2 McLarens. Michael Schumacher 7th. Vettel only 8th place, with Kubica and Barrichello rounding out the point scorers. In the end, I finish 4 seconds off the points without that drive-through. Who knows what I could have achieved here today. Kovalainen, though, 14th place, pretty impressive. Then there's a big gap back to De La Rosa, Chandok, Hulkenberg, Glock, a few lapped cars, and Trulli and Kobayashi, the 2 DNFs. And we've fallen down to 5th place behind Felipe Massa. 3 races in a row with no points on the board. My teammate, though, is getting close to Kubica's 10th place in the championship. Purely from Adrian Suttil in the past 3 races, we've actually held on to, well, close to 4th place Mercedes. But Red Bull now even more in control than they were before. Okay, guys, who do we want as my rival? It's got to be Massa, right? Yeah, I'd say Felipe Massa. See if we can get his seat. All else fails. Felipe Massa, my rival. We've got a few contract offers. HRT, Williams, BMW Sauber, and Renault coming in with an offer. So I desperately wanted the Renault seat last year. Do you remember? I was really wanting the Renault seat last time. They finally offered me a contract. There we have it, guys. 3 races in a row with no points. And I don't know about you guys, but I thought that penalty was absolutely stupid. There's no way that was a penalty. I got hit by Kovalainen. I didn't do the hitting. But anyway, no points. We almost did get points. Without that incident, I think maybe a top 5 was on the cards towards the end of that race. But nevertheless, we go on to the next race, the Belgian Grand Prix, hoping to score actually some points for the first time in a number of races. But if you did enjoy the episode, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.